Welcome to session number 3, how to draw trend lines. This was a request. Uh, I do think that there are multiple ways to trade. There are multiple ways to set a trend line. There are multiple ways to draw support and resistance. There's multiple ways to everything. But as difficult as trading is, I think most people draw trend lines the most simplistic way, which is the outsides. If there's a touch here on the outside, we take it, that's what we use. I think there's a more dialed in way to look at trend lines to make sure that we have the edge. Okay. Because if everything is all simplistic about the market, then everybody would just be rich and everybody just be winning trades and trading would be very, very easy and simplistic, right? Um, the way how I look at trend lines is that I like to see support and resistance on both sides of the line. Okay. That means that somebody won, somebody lost, somebody won, somebody lost. That's how I like to look at it. I also took a trade on the pair that we're about to review. If I remember at the end of the video, I will do a snippet of a breakdown to show you why I've taken this trade. Now, I am a more so of a smart money trader. So I don't really like to say smart money, but like a supply and demand along with structural base, um, along with just so many things. I like to like I've learned a specific way of trading and I've added it into my own. So it's just my style of trading, and it's really not just SMC. It's really not just supply and demand. It's so much that I've learned to calculate and dial in so fast that it looks to me more simple, right? Because I can see it faster. I don't have to draw this and draw that anymore. Those days for me are kind of non-existent, even though I still mark up my charts, but I don't mark up my charts like I used to with a bunch of stuff. Okay. But now let's just break down into what we're talking about with the trend lines here. All right. Now, what I meant by the simple way is people will draw this trend line and go like this, right? Oh, there's a touch here. We're waiting. What it says on, let's just say, let's say Google, right? Google said, oh yeah, we need 3 touches to make this a trend line. Oh yeah, we're waiting for this to come all the way up here, give it a third touch, and then now it's legit to turn around. That may be true, maybe, but are we there yet? No. And honestly, if you're just dialing on a third touch here with no other confluences, that doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. So when you're doing stuff, try to make sense of it. Now, there's another way to look at this trend line here. Okay. And I'll show you for you. I'm going to keep Dallas in, and right there to me, right? Now, look at the difference here. Remember what I told you? Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose here. And this is very, very important when drawing trend lines, when drawing support and resistance. If that's how you like to trade, make sure that you see somebody winning and you see somebody losing, because we all can't win. That's just the nature of the business. Okay. We all can win. I don't care what business it is. We all can't win. Now, look at here. Let's zoom in here. I want to show you some very, very detailish things here. Look at this. Let me grab my arrow. We have, right, a seller. We have a buyer, right? We have this guy trying to come back as a seller. We have seller here. We have buyers here. Look at this wick here. We have buyers, right? We got sellers here. But here's the point, right? Remember, this person thought it was a buy, right? This person, sorry, thought it was a sell, right? They got a little bit of sell money. This person thought it was a buy. This person thought it was a buy. Boom. Okay. They thought this thing was just straight sells here. And right here, they did. This makes more sense to take a sell. I will dive into that at a different time. But I would have maybe here, I would have really had no confluences except for this didn't wipe out no liquidity here. This wiped out this liquidity. That's too much information. Let's just stick to trend lines here. See, I get dialed in. But my point is look at the details here. Somebody was trying to buy here on this wick, sell. They were trying to sell here. They were trying to sell here. This person was trying to buy here, right? Boom. This person was trying to buy here. That's why these wicks. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Look at this, right? They were trying to sell here. They were trying to buy here. They were trying to sell here. They were trying to buy here. They were trying to buy here. That's why these wicks are there on smaller time frames. Okay, they were trying to sell and buy here. Look at this, right? Sell, you got the rejection, buy here. Okay, look, they were trying to buy here. They were trying to sell here. They were trying to sell here. They were trying to buy here. Buy. They were trying to sell here. You see what I'm saying? Those are the difference in um, making sure that there is a lot of information on the trend line. And let's try to draw a third one here right off at the same point. Let's see if we can make it make a little bit more sense without getting too crazy with it, right? And I do think that I don't draw, they call it like a fan of trend lines where this pretty much looks like a fan, right? Like, I guess, but to me, that just doesn't make sense. I like to find which one is the best one and stick right to it. And to me, this is getting too much internal for me. So I wouldn't use that, even though it started to make a little bit of sense. But I like to get the bigger moves. Okay, this is the bigger move up here, right? The bigger move, right? This right here would be more support and resistance here. This is the bigger move over here. Look at the big moves, right? Big fake out over here, came back to the trend line, right? This here, right? Now, the other side. Let's get rid of this. Now let's try to find the other side here. Okay. Now we can actually bring this up here. We got to see if it makes, sometimes it don't make sense right away. And we got to keep dialing and dialing and dialing. Now tell me that don't make sense there. Tell me this. Instead of doing this, oh, we got the big outlines, right? But there's not, to me, there's not enough information here, right? Yes, we got taps here, but there's not a lot of info here. And again, I don't want to draw a fan because I can fan this out and I can go like this kind. This is cool. It's not bad, right? This isn't bad. But look at the more detailish way of drawing a trend line. Look at this. Sells, buys, buys, right? Look at this sell. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. I want to make sure we ain't missing nothing here. Look at this. Let me look at this. Actually, let me just clear this off really, really quick. I hate a lot of stuff on my charts. It really aggravates me. Look at this. Sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here, right? Sell under. People took a breakout trade here. Buy, right? Sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, right? Buy. Look. Now look at all these people right here. Buy. Breakout. This was a nice fake out right here. Okay. Now, I'll tell you this because I've taken this trade right here. I've taken this trade about right here. I was really just trying to get a 1 to 2 right here under this candle here. And if it breaks back under this candle, it wouldn't make any sense. Okay. And trading to this high, and this was on what's today? Today's Saturday. This was yesterday. Okay. So actually, I think let me look down here. The 462, I think was my entry. 462 entry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I had like it's a 462 or 452. All right, it might have been 52. I don't know, but I know it was close to this red candle. It was like very, very close. But that's cool. We can just leave that there. But my point is that I used the trend line to what people would be using it on the opposite side, right? So, and I took the detail. This is let me see how I can explain this so it makes sense for everyone here. Price did this. Remember, I told you somebody has to win and somebody has to lose here. So everybody who was trading here, buy, 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 buy. They thought it was all good and dandy. When I seen this, right? Because when I woke up, the charts were like right here. Okay. So I'm just like, okay, let me just wait for a little bit. Let me before like let me just draw the trade before this candle was here. Let me just blur all of this out kind of thing. Right? This was the chart, this candle here. And the chart was just blank. This is what my chart looked like. It was just like this. Okay. So when I woke up, I said, okay, oh, okay. The first thing I saw was this right here. I said, wow, all right, cool. So when I started to dial in, and this is happening, like I think this candle here was just about to close here. This red candle, was just no, sorry. This blue candle here was just about to close. So I'm like, okay, I want to make sure I can enter as soon as this starts to go. Okay. Because I already seen that things were starting to happen here. All right. So all of these people who were like, oh guys, look, my auntie, my uncle, my cousin, my brother, let's call everybody. It's banging off of this trend line. Remember, if you watch my previous video, you would see that I said if you hit a axe on a tree, what would happen after you hit it about maybe, depending on the tree size, maybe 100 times? Boom, 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 same spot. You're just chopping it down. It's going to fall. Okay. It is going to fall. Now we hit it one time, two times, three times, four times, five times. They went in for all the people who thought it was sweet. They're like, yeah, guys, we're going to the moon. Or we're trading to the next trend line over here, which is a false narrative over here. And bam, wiped out here and closed back above here. I was golden, right? So this is the stuff that I seen. Now, I started to look at all of the internal things and this is happening real time. So I drew this trend line here and I didn't care about this one. I'm just looking for the buy, right? After I see this, right? I also did this here. Oh, I don't know why I was glitching. I also did this because I knew people were selling here, right? Selling here, buying here, selling here, right? Fake out, came back in, and then after I I I use all of the details. I'm actually showing you guys like in a nutshell here how I got into this trade very, very fast. Support and resistance as well. And once I seen that price closed above here, right? I was into this trade covering let's go. I think I gotta go down to the hour time frame. Let's go two first, and I'll show you. Okay. So once this candle closed, rejection, 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 I was getting into this trade, and then price was closing above. Let's go down to the hour time frame here because I just want to show you where we were. Okay, so because price started to close above these areas here, I'm giving like saucy stuff here. Closing above, price went down, wiped out the buyers that were here, and started to leave like demandish areas here of buying power. That's why I put my stop loss below this main area here. And it's barely below because I got into the trade, 40 pip draw. Honestly, I think it was like 45 pips, but neither here nor there. All right, because it was Friday, we're closing this trade, we're getting out of here. Don't make sense to hang around in this trade, right? But that's how I got into this trade. And this looks like a trend line trade, but it's a trend line trade, but it's not. Okay. I used that information to see who was going to win or see all the losers and winners all in one. That's why this was actually a good segment here because a person asked for it, and I'm like, oh, I just kind of just use this here, right? Now let's go back to the 4 hour. Let's move around, and let's talk about let's find another one. Even though I think that was just like a really really good example, let's find another one here. Okay. Look at this one right here, right? You could just say I'll just take these outsides here, right? But what about this entire move down? This is the top of the move going down, right? So what I'll do is I'll just start to dial in winners and losers here. This is perfect. We got sellers, right? And what we also could do, we probably can squeeze this guy in here. Let's see. Exactly. Excuse me. Let me get this person in here. Let me see if we can get everyone in here. And this actually makes more sense here. And then you're gonna look at me and say, hey, Rock, JR, why are you leaving out these cop guys? These are just fake outs. Sell, fake out, buying here, selling here. They took a breakout trade here. They failed. Sell here, buy here, buy here. Boom. Sell here, buy here, sell here, sell here, sell here. You see that? You see all that information we got off of a trend line, okay? Right? Look at that. Now let's dial in here. Let's dial it. Sometimes it ain't gonna look as pretty neither. Oh no, that's solid. That's solid. Look at that. Buy there, buy, sell, buy, buy. Look, fake out, buy, sell, buy. I would have bought right there. But that's another story there. This is why I like to use a bunch of information to get into a trade setup, a bunch of information. Okay. So my point about this video is when you're drawing a trend line, when you're drawing, because trend lines are support and resistance. So what you want to do is, again, make sure you can find a difficult way of doing it. Make sure you can find people buying and selling when on a support and resistance or a trend line, which are two of the same things. It's just different forms of support and resistance. Make sure you can find the difficult part of it. Try to really dial in. Now, trading is a art. Okay. And I'm not saying draw all over the charts and make all crazy stuff here, but trading is art. This is why they give you a bunch of tools to set up your trade. All right. This is why they set you up with trend lines. They set you up with boxes so you can draw support and resistance. They set you up with short and sell tools, and they have so much stuff to help you draw up your charts to make it like an art form so that way you can trade. All right. So that concludes this video, man. Do subscribe, share it as much as you like. And if you have any suggestions for a video, anything you want to learn, drop it down in the comment section, man. I'm here for you guys. It's your boy JR. I'll catch you guys on the next one.